You're watching 13 Wham News this morning on Rochester's CW with Doug Embledge, Norma Holland, Holly Maynard, Evan Dawson, and meteorologist Marty Snyder. 13 Wham News, your breaking news and weather authority.
Well, there's a pretty good chance that you know our next guest's name, but even if you don't know his name, you almost certainly have seen him before. He's been in a huge range of television and films, from Lethal Weapon to X-Files to The West Wing to Growing Pains. Okay, here's a little bit of him in another one. Cheers.
3:20 show.
So you like my rewrite?
Oh, yes. I just can't get over it. I mean, who would have thought that this Colette that you described as rapturously beautiful, intelligent, indeed brilliant with an ethereal quality, could be so easily manipulated by Trevor?
Trevor is not without his charms, crude as they may be.
Oh, but they're so transparent. The woman would have to be addled. She'd have to be totally
Thank
lacking
you, Doctor.
any...
I think your point is made.
Okay, we've got one more. That is Kenneth Tigar, who you're looking at there. Before we go to the next clip, what's it like for you to look back on stuff like that? Just such a classic.
I don't know who that man is anymore.
Really?
He had so much hair.
Who is that man?
I have no idea.
What was it like for you working with Cheers? Working
Oh,
with
it was
Shelley
wonderful.
Long?
Oh, I loved working with Shelley Long. I really loved it. It was the first couple of years. I did a couple of episodes, and they were the first couple of years of the show, there was such an excitement to it. Those people were all wonderful, and a couple of the episodes that I did. One of the episodes became actually rather famous, called "Boys in the Bar," and it was all done about who's gay in the bar, and nobody knew, and it was wonderful to work with there.
Yeah, such a great ensemble cast there. Okay, one more too. This is a favorite of a lot of people who work here. A scene from Barney Miller, where he thought he was a werewolf? Mm-hmm. Take a look.
Look, I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here. That phone call of mine was all a mistake. It was a joke. It was a joke.
Look, man, take it easy, man.
Barney!
What was that one like for you? I mean, did you pretty much think up all that stuff, all the stuff inside the cage and how you were gonna act?
Yeah, that was me. Yeah, it was me. But that was an extraordinary episode. That was one of the very first things that I did there. I'd done one episode of Barney Miller before where I'd come in, I'd been mugged by a little old lady. And then they asked me to come back and do this, and they wrote the episode for me. Wow. And in fact, it was written by, and how they did that, how they came up with it, because I'd never done anything like that before. And it was written by a man named Reinhold Wigge, who went on to do Night Court, and he was the producer of Night Court.
Another great one.
It was wonderful. And they told me the idea of the script, and then we just sort of went to town with it, and it was so much fun.
Well, the reason Kenneth Tigar is here right now with us is because he's at Geva, excuse me, right now, and you can go see him. So we divided this into two segments because so much to talk with you about. Next half hour, he's going to talk with us specifically about the Geva show. We only have about 30 seconds left now. When people see you now, since you've done so much, what do they say? Hey, that's the guy from what? What's the number one show?
Normally it's Barney Miller, and it amazes me because they actually know that character's name, Mr.
Really?
Kopechny. Somebody came up to me and said, "Oh, you're Kopechny," and I thought, "Who? What do you mean?" And they remembered the name, and I don't. But that and Lethal Weapon and things like that.
And in the age of the internet, all of that stuff lives on years and
so.
years later. But okay, we've got to go for now. But we'd love to have you back next half hour to talk about your stuff at Geva.
Love to.
Thanks, Kenneth. We'll be right back. Earlier this morning, we were spending some time with Kenneth Tigar. He is in town. He's at Geva because of Arthur Miller's The Price, which is at Geva. He's taken the time to sit with us this morning and talk about his fantastic career. Last half hour, we played some really funny clips, and a lot of people have been recognizing you around town and talking about you being here. So thanks for joining us.
It's a real pleasure.
Tell us what you're doing at Geva. What's The Price all about?
Oh, The Price is Arthur Miller's, I think after Death of a Salesman, his very best play.
Really?
It's an extraordinary play, and it's not very well known. It's about two brothers, neither one is do I play, who come together after 16 years where they haven't seen each other. There's bad blood in the family. and they have to come together to sell the father's furniture, and who died years ago, and all of their past comes out. And I play an 89-year-old furniture dealer who's come in to appraise the furniture and to buy it from them. But it's an extraordinary play about people's lives, and particularly I think it's very relevant right now because a lot of the events that they talk about in the play happened during the Depression, and a lot of the things that happened in that play are things that are happening right now in America.
Can relate to anybody, and
Absolutely.
the family aspect can relate to anybody
Always,
too. Losing a
always.
loved one, having to go through belongings, thinking of the meaning of things.
That's right, and how you relate to your siblings, and how you relate to your family. I mean, you don't get to pick your family, but you have to learn how to live with them, and it's hard sometimes.
So it sounds deep. I was hearing some laughing too when we were showing the clips.
It's very
so
funny.
it's-
I play the comic relief.
Yeah.
I played probably the most comic character that Arthur Miller ever wrote. He was
You must love that.
I love it. I love it. He was very proud of this character, actually, and would talk about how he created this person, because a lot of Miller's characters came from people from his own life. A lot of them are based on people that he knew, family members, and he created Gregory Solomon out of his mind, and it's very funny.
So what's it like for you to be on the stage? Because earlier we mentioned so many of your films and your TV appearances with Barney Miller and whatnot. The stage, a completely different aspect. You've done it many times before.
Sure.
But what is the difference like for you? Do you like having that live audience there more than taping something?
I love it. Well, I mean, they're very different, but I love doing a live show because the people are right there. You do a TV show and there are 60 people in the room, but they're all technicians and they're going shh, and watching like that. But when you work for a live audience, as we are here in Geva, it's very exciting because the aspect, what you get back from the audience is very profound, and you can tell when you're getting to people's hearts, as we have been. The response to the price so far has been really phenomenal. I mean, the audiences have loved the show. It's a wonderful, wonderful part.
Have you loved Rochester? You're
I
here
love
for
Rochester.
a short time.
This is the first time I've spent any time here, and it's a wonderful city.
Have you been able to enjoy any of the stuff that Rochester has to offer?
Absolutely.
Or is it
I went
just
to
a lot of work
I went
for
to
you
the
right now?
museum, the University Museum, a couple of days ago, and it's a terrific collection. It's one of the best small collections I've ever seen in the country.
Good. So is that what you're doing these days? You're traveling a lot? Where are you based now?
I'm based near New York. I live in Connecticut. After all those years in Los Angeles, I moved back to the East Coast. I'm really an East Coast person. I was born and brought up in the Boston area, and now I'm back and doing mostly theater now. Yeah. I do some TV out of New York.
And as you look back on so many of the shows and films and theater productions that we've been talking about, what would stand out to you? I'm sure you've been asked that question many times, but if you could pick one that was truly the highlight of your career.
Well, the Barney Miller episode where I played the werewolf was really extraordinary because it came very early on in my life, and it made such a profound impression, and people have seen it ever since. But I've loved a lot of the things that I've done. Working with on the Lethal Weapon movies was really quite extraordinary, and working in the theater I love what I'm doing right now. I love this play. I've done a bunch of Miller plays before, and this is one of my very favorites.
And to be up there with Death of a Salesman, that's really saying a lot.
Well, I did Death of a Salesman a few years ago, and that's great fun. And this is an equally marvelous play, and it's a terrific cast. And just feeling the audience and feeling how you move people and how you affect their lives.
Yeah, well, and Geva's a great theater to do it in.
It's terrific theater.
It's here and he is here until March 21st. We've got Geva's website up on 13wham.com in case you want tickets, because there's still time left to see you. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it, Kenneth Tigar. And up next, another name you'll probably recognize, designer Tim Gunn from Project Runway. He joins us live next.